I used to think that living naturally meant that you were living broke. It seemed to me this was true because, well, first of all, the price tag on a lot of things that are labeled natural always seem like they cost more than regular products. So secondly, I thought this was true because it was sort of like you were trying to prove a point that you could live off the grid or off the land, um, and have it be comfortable, right? But to me, it really looked like kind of rough style living. And it sure didn't seem like anything that I would be interested in. So unfortunately, it held me back from a long time of trying this. Imagine my surprise when I realized the real secret that not only debunked these perspectives I held, but it gave me a whole new appreciation for comfort. Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm the owner of Dragonspit Apothecary. I want to welcome you to the very first Tune In Tuesday series that I'll be hosting all this year to give you the secrets for living naturally well. You're going to want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode this year. And because I'm going to be sharing a lot of my tips, tricks, and secrets to how I figured this out. You can hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel to save it. You'll find Dragonspit Apothecary on social media or over on my website, dragonspitapothecary.com. And there's lots of resources there to help you live more naturally. Okay, so this month, I am focusing on the basics of what it means to live naturally well. Now, this means those little things that we do to set ourselves up for success in making bigger changes that we want to have happen in our life. So, for instance, I'm sure you're like me and you had a New Year's resolution this year. Probably do something about your health or improve another area of your life, right? Well, to be successful at those resolutions, we need to make very basic changes to things like maybe updating our grocery list or investing in some new shoes. These are basic foundational things that support our work to make changes. For me directly, this relates to the topic of money, specifically my family budget. Let's face it, it takes money or changes how we use money often to make other changes in our life. Well, today I am going to debunk for you the perspective I had about green cleaners and the cost of them. When I first had to buy cleaners or detergents, I always went with things that I had known or had trusted for a long time. And I would wait until they had a sale to get them, right? Because I want to save a few bucks. Well, when it came to green cleaners, I would pass right by those in the grocery store aisle because they were usually smaller bottles with labels I didn't recognize, and they were usually in one little section of the grocery aisle, so they couldn't have been that important, right? So I went right past them, got what I normally use and trust. And my goodness, the price tag on some of them was pretty scary. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a tiny bottle. I'm not going to get much out of it. I'm going to pay so much more. It's not worth it. Now, I totally get, yes, they're better for the environment. And, but to me, they were the equivalent of buying ultra thin, eco-friendly toilet paper that you end up using twice as much for, so you go through it faster and you're not really getting your money worth, right? So I knew what worked. These were cleaners after all, so I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of energy overthinking it. I just knew what I needed. I needed something to clean and move on with my day. Goodness knows I have more than enough other things to pay attention to in my day besides cleaners. Okay, so here's how all that changed for me one day. I had just started using an essential oil for my adult acne. I had battled adult acne for years and put some pretty severe things on my face to try and deal with it. And I finally decided one day I had nothing to lose. Okay, my face was already broken out. Someone said, hey, try this tea tree oil. I was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? My face is already broken out, right? Can't be any worse. So I started using this little oil on my breakouts. And I had been applying it to my face pretty consistently. And my skin started to be a little less irritated. So I thought, okay, this is a good sign. I'm going to keep doing this. And I became interested in what else this oil could do and what was really behind this whole essential oil thing. So I started reading about tea tree oil, and I came across this little do it yourself recipe that said I could clean my toilets with this. I just needed the oil, a little baking soda, and a little vinegar. Okay, that sounds interesting. So you're telling me the oil I'm using on my face, I can also disinfect and clean my toilet with. I don't know what to think about this just yet, right? So I thought, hey, why not? I'm going to try it. So I took a little baking soda. I put 5 drops of this tea tree oil in the toilet bowl with it. And I used some white vinegar. Okay, and poured that in. And I'm sitting there and it's fizzing, right? Because baking soda and vinegar fizz together. And I scrubbed it just like I'd done a million times before. Nothing exciting there. The result was the bowl was clean. I could smell the tea tree. The bathroom smelled clean. Hey, that's not so bad, right? So it seemed to work. So I tried it on another toilet we have in our house. And then I did it the other one. So all 3 toilets were now clean. Bathroom smelled clean. And it worked. Okay. It wasn't any more effort or time that than what I had normally would do doing that chore, right? So I still had regular toilet cleaner in the house. But when that started running out, of course, I go down the cleaning product at the grocery store to get some more. When I realized the bottle of that toilet bowl cleaner that I was replacing was about $5. So I'm no math genius, but in my head I did, hey, baking soda and white vinegar cost a whole bunch less than that. And I already have more of that tea tree oil at home. Why don't I just go ahead and get some baking soda and white vinegar? See if this is really a thing. So from that point forward, I really started looking at the prices of cleaners and detergents that I was buying and considering what it would cost to use something natural. Okay. Gradually, every cleaner in my home became different than what I had been traditionally using. And I was tracking what I would spend on cleaners and to what I was now using. And every time I changed, I would calculate the cost of the change and watched really closely to make sure it worked. Okay. And the results were something I liked. So these days, fast forward to today, all the cleaners you're going to find in my home are natural green cleaning products. Not only did I find that they work just as well or better than what I was using, but I'm not spending nearly as much as I used to on cleaners. Okay. So the couple dollars I would save here or there on cleaners really started to add up. It allowed me to have some extra money to apply to something else that supported my health. So for instance, one time, normal month when I would have bought detergent and cleaners, I realized I didn't need to. So I bought some organic tomatoes and tried those because I'm like, oh my gosh, they actually taste like real tomatoes, right? They tasted good. I was able, also because of the change in cleaners, it helped me realize how much better my house smells. We can all breathe easier because we weren't exposed to all these chemicals, right? I'm having to wear gloves and a mask to clean my house, right? I don't have to worry about the dog licking her paws after she walks across my wet mopped floor with the cleaner I've used, right? Because it's natural. I don't have to worry about her, right? We can walk barefoot without it. The other thing I realized, we're producing a lot less plastic waste and we're flushing a whole lot less bad stuff down the water. So next time you go down your cleaning out to replenish a cleaner, take a look at that small little section. Every store has it where the green cleaners are. Check their labels and look at the prices. Okay, that bottle might be smaller, but chances are you're going to find what I did, and it's not really going to end up costing much at all. And in a lot of cases, it's going to be less because you're using less. Better yet, come on over to my website, dragonspinapothecary.com, go under recipes, and I've got all kinds of information there to make your own, as well as information about the doTERRA cleaning products, including their On Guard line, which is really incredible for cleaning around your house. So those are my best tips for living naturally while saving money, which I think is a really good, healthy way to start this new year. I hope you join me next week for another segment of Tune In Tuesday to helping you live naturally well. Talk to you soon.